Hoi allemaal, welcome to my channel. Here we are going into tutorial number 8 of the palette focus Natasha Denona gold palette. So far we have definitely played around with quite a bit of colors from here so far. And as you can tell, it is completely fall. It is cloudy, summer was non-existent. But I think today I want to do something very simple, very gold, maybe with hints of sparkle, aka sparks. We shall see. I mean, for the most part, still going strong with the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer. Where is it actually? Right here. This is like the stuff I use for my face, not photo. Do I use some of these for photo shoots? Besides the primer and the color correctors and the setting spray. But besides that, all of the rest is for my. And these are actually more of the blushes and stuff like that, highlighters I'm trying to go through, bronzers. We got some Becca in here and some lip products. I'm sorry, this is still going strong. Whew. But as usual, I never know what I'm going to do, because I think today I want to use one of these for blushes, possibly, maybe, misschien. We got the, what is this, Love Story? Love Glow, and we also have, what was this one called? Blush the Bloom palette. So these two. There we go. Definitely warm. I say more neutral-ish. I don't know. We shall see. Without further ado, let me go get my eyes prepped and we will get into this tutorial. Alright, so the eyes are prepped with the Pro Filter Eyeshadow Primer by Fenty Beauty. I hope they look like twins, or at least they are cousins and related. So I think first and foremost, I am going to go ahead and go into Varish, something like that. But I'm going to go with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in my crease. I know it's a shimmer, but let's be different. Let's be creative. And then really put this into the crease. This is such a beautiful, darker, shimmery. Kind of reminds me of Log, but not as dark and intense. This has a little bit warmth to it for a bronze, that is for sure. But I actually want to do this on the crease, keeping this somewhat simple. So tutorial number 8 of the gold palette. I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to get a little redundant with this palette to try to come up with some looks. I think the biggest thing that, like I said, if you take out this side, very, very simple. Even if you take out these four, it's still very simple. This, I think, is what really makes it unique and different. Climbasha, but for the most part, it is very bronzy. Like every brand, to be quite honest. But if you have the mini gold palette, I do think that is a great start of getting into more of the bronzes. And if you actually have, what is the other one? One of the Quince, is it Metropolis or the mini gold? That also really makes everything, because it has a little bit of that green. Perfect. So Varish in the crease. Like I said, this looks going to be very simple. Next, let's go into Oro for the whole lid. Oh my god, that yellow gold is just so beautiful. And we are definitely going to use Log for more of the liner aspect. Or should I do a black liner? No, we'll keep it to this palette. This is such a beautiful yellow gold. Like doing this all over the body, ooh, for a photo shoot would be iconic. But for the most part, it's going on the eyelid. Oh, my word. So it is the beginning of October. Like I said, this is probably gonna be in December when you guys see this. But we are getting into the holiday season. Perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And going back in with the fluffy brush just to really get some variation. Of the two shades. Perfect. I swear, when I stop editing and recording for a while and then getting back into it, it is so awkward sometimes because I feel like I just have to keep ranting on for no reason. But for the most part, this is where we are at. Ooh. Oh, child. Go with my finger to really and damper it in. This is a golden opulousness going on. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, let's go into Sparks for the shimmer. And I think with this one, we're gonna just do it all over the lid of this also. Just to get some shimmer going. More shimmer. I don't know. I'm thinking of actually putting this palette in my giving away box. But we shall see. And of course, we'll use Sparks as the brow highlight as well. Ooh. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Really get it in the corner there. It's a lot of pizzazz going on. It's all up in my brow. But for the most part, this is it's very tame, it's very easy, it's very doable. It is very demure. But like I said, for the liner, let's go into log. Because I already know Python would definitely take it to the next level. And I believe the last video, we did use Python rather than log, so. Oof. I actually forget how dark this log really is. Oh my God, that brownish is. I think it's so essential to have a black, a deep brown like this is beautiful, a dark purple and like a black blue, and a quad for more liners would be amazing. Because that is all you need in life. A quad that has those. Especially if it's a wet to dry formula. Ooh, a cream to powder maybe also. Ooh, now we're talking. But this is literally it for this look. But let me go ahead and level out my eyes and we will see where we are at. All right, so this is where we are at. Loving this. Love it, adore it, print and sell it, whatever. Anyways, but I think for the most part, Milk Luminous Glow Primer. One of my favorites that I use for a lot of my photo shoots, actually. Like I said, if you go with the mini gold palette, then for the most part, you have a lot of these looks, that's for sure. Because I think the only thing that really makes this palette really like pop out a lot is more of the green, the lime with the Python, the lime chrome, and the brass. That brass is something though. That brass is real brassy. But for the most part, I feel like if you are more of an everyday neutral type of person who just likes really golds and bronzes and browns, get the mini palette, that's for sure. Because I think Log is Ignis and some other palettes or something like that. But for the most part, this is very redundant. A lot of brands have done this. These shades are, you could get elsewhere. And having this palette for as long as I have and actually doing these palette focuses, I'm starting to realize I'm drawn to certain type of colors, to be quite honest, always. Dior Flash Luminizer number 3. I'm always drawn to these certain type of color stories for some reason, and I convinced myself to get it because, oh my gosh, no, it's different this time. It's unique, but it really isn't. But for the most part, it's very redundant. I mean, I would get, looking back at it, if I would have known Natasha Denona was coming out with more of these mini palettes, I honestly would have waited on this palette and see if she comes out with a mini gold, which she did, and get the Quint in Metropolis, or also the mini gold, I believe also had some type of green in there, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. But I mean, this is a type of green that I really don't reach for a lot, nor have I ever done a shoot where a customer or a client is like, I want a python type of green. I think I went through this whole stage of just getting everything that was new, but I should have been saving my money. If I would have known COVID was gonna happen. But for the most part, these shades I will not buy again. This palette I probably would not repurchase if I use a lot of the, if I go through a lot of the colors. But I do think bronze, these golds, always a must. Always a must, for sure. All right, now I'm just gonna do the rest of my face and we will see the final look in a moment. I don't know what kind of brush I want to use. Blush I want to use, not brush. I'm gonna use a brush to apply the blush. But Charlotte Tilbury's Vanish Eye in medium, these are a game changer, that's for sure. I've actually used this on quite a few models also for my shoots, which I need to start my complexion series soon because it is October 2nd and I am going on vacation with my husband, and we are going on a 7-day cruise, and we're going to like Greece, some islands of Greece, wow, in Greece, and then we are ending in Istanbul, Turkey, and I hope it's going to be warm so I could get some color because I'm really missing my tan a little bit. But I think then I will actually do more of my complexion series and maybe buy some new things if we hit up a Sephora. I need to stop buying makeup. But you guys will see the final look in a moment. I think I'm gonna go in with 4N by Dior Forever Glow because I want this glow to keep going. See you guys in a moment. Here is the final look. And I am actually really digging this look. It is all sorts of Gucci in many ways. So yeah, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different shades we use today. Of course, this looks like a color that I just used, or a recent tutorial. But for the most part, here we are, tutorial number 8. 8 looks from this palette. Now, for foundation, I use Forever 4N by Dior. I'm loving this. Concealer, Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer, 8.5 medium from Charlotte. And for bronzer and highlighter and blush, I went in with the Becca, what is this? The Sun Chaser palette. So Ipanema, Sunset, Apricot Blossom, and Opal are the 3 shades I used in this. So definitely very more apricot for sure as a blush, but very warm, obviously. This bronzer in this is very warm, most definitely. Opal is such a classic. And for the most part, yeah, I'm digging this. Opulous Gloss from Pale Fire Nectar from Pat McGrath. Set with the setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury, Flawless Airbrush Flawless setting spray. And I actually went in with the setting powder from Pat McGrath in Light. I mean, I've been using this quite a bit, so I'm actually kind of excited to hit pan on this. And also with a little bit in certain areas with also the one from Airbrush Flawless setting powder from Charlotte. But yeah, that's everything I did. As usual, go to my Instagram page to see the final edits of these looks. I'm just gonna make sure I have like no hair anywhere when I take pictures. But yeah, tutorial number 8, we are getting down to the nitty gritty. I think once I get to 10, then I wanna do some one and dones, maybe some smoky looks is definitely what I want to get into, especially with like Python, Log, Virus, Alchemist. What else? Maybe Sandstone. Actually, I think the next one I might do something with Brass, because Brass is looking, it's calling my name. Brass and Lime Crime. It's getting a little hot up in here. But I will see you guys next video. Bye.